That old picture of that white man pouring that substance, that's in
that happened in St. Augustine.
And Martin Luther King's most famous quote is that he doesn't want his children to be judged based on race, but by the content of their character.
I feel like when folks bring up Dr. King, it is a cop-out. And that's the go-to, that is a go-to quote when it comes to Dr. King and conservatives.
They are capitalizing on the lowest cost emotion, which is anger. It doesn't take much to feel anger. But it takes a lot to sort through why you're angry.
Message. We back. Porch Light Theory, episode 8. This is the Porch Light Theory where we have unfiltered conversations, but sometimes it is necessary. I'm Tristan, and the coolest brother is in the room right now with me. What's up, bro?
What's up, my brother? How you doing? How you feeling?
Man, I'm trying to survive. I was talking to my therapist about what I've been anxious about these past...
Black men deserve therapy.
We do. We deserve it. I was expressing to her, my man, I'm just one black man. And I feel like there's so much weighing on top of the progress that I want to see for this country because I'm dealing with Christian white nationalists. I'm dealing with other countries interfering and pestering around in our elections and whatnot. Then we have billionaires, unregulated AI. There's so much happening right now, and all my ancestors just wanted was 40 acres and a freaking mule. That's all they freaking wanted, man.
You could say, as the kids say, America is doing the most right now.
Doing the absolute most. And have you seen that Jubilee Amanda Seales surrounded event?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that even though Amanda Seales has certain points that I don't necessarily agree with, I do believe that as we continue to develop our culture, she and others that have dissenting views within it, I think it's good to have that type of discourse within it. And I do have problems with how, to a certain extent, granted, some of it is of her own volition, but they've kind of ostracized her from the community, but she's still a very valuable asset to the community and a culture. So I would not be so quick to push her out, but I do feel that the way she engaged with the Jubilee interaction, which is problematic in my opinion, but she held her own well and showed that the abilities to showcase how an education can truly make a difference in someone's worldview.
Oh, my goodness, yeah. One thing I have to add on top of this list is our own sometimes. And I'm speaking specifically about black conservatives. I think it's fair to add black conservatives to the list because some of us are in the way of the progress that we want to see. And I like Amanda Seales. I enjoyed her early podcast, Small Doses. When I first left the nest and was, on my own for the first time, I was listening to her podcast and I enjoyed it. She had a wonderful show. This is like when her show and Jesus and Mero, the Bodega Boys, when they were just popping right back then. But this she did this surrounded thing. What's funny?
We're not gonna go back to the Bodega Boy days.
Oh, the Bodega Boys era was something special. It was something special. It's sad to see that they broke up, but they moved on to bigger and better. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they did great. I love seeing Mero on 7 p.m. in Brooklyn with Mello, and then Jesus has been charting his own path within the Hollywood realm as well. So I feel like they both landed well. But yes, that era was interesting.
Yeah. He Jesus even did some gigs with Jon Stewart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was good seeing him. Amanda Seales, she identifies as a black radical. She's not committed to the Democratic Party. As a matter of fact, she wholeheartedly believes that black people should stray away from the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. So this is her on Jubilee on the show Surrounded. You debate 1v20. And so her claim on this portion of the show is Black conservatism fails to address the needs of the working class.
So let's talk about facts. I just want to move
His
back to
last name's
systemic racism because
Nuclear.
you mentioned systemic racism earlier. I just want to look at 3 applications of systemic racism against white people and against.
Good God. The frustration.
Goodness. Like those eyes could cut through the thickest of steel. My goodness. All Black women have that powerful stare from when they're completely exhausted and exasperated with the BS that you are just pontificating upon them. They just have that one stare, they'll just gut you like, she's not believing a single thing I have to say right now.
I enjoy the part when she tells him, I'm just waiting for you to have this like aha moment where you realize that you've been on the wrong direction this whole time. So this is good. This is really good.
East Asians as well. So, for example, we have the National College Attainment Network, which defines affirmative action or even race-conscious admissions as taking race as one of the factors in whether or not you're going to admit a student. And we noticed that when race-conscious admissions was out of it, Black enrollment dropped 64%. At UC Berkeley. And that is an act of systemic racism. Trying to look at people's races and allow them into colleges whether or not they're of a set race is racism. And it's race conscious. And Martin Luther King's most famous quote is that he doesn't want his children to be judged based on race, but by the content of their character. And the content of people's characters also includes merit.
Real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt this guy. I'm not sorry.
Mr. Nuclear.
I feel like when folks bring up Dr. King, it is a cop-out. And that's that is a go-to quote when it comes to Dr. King and conservatives. They don't know the context of the entire speech that he had. When he they just zoom into that one part. They don't listen to anything before or anything afterwards. They don't know any of his speeches. I doubt that they've been to any of the museums or to some of the exhibits where Dr. King had placed his hand, or they don't have any of that context.
Only because
it's that go-to quote right there, bro.
It's only because the I Had a Dream speech was one of the most universally taught things when it comes to Black history, which is American history. But a lot of times whenever you're right, I fully agree. Whenever I hear someone they weaponize MLK for their own agenda that they're trying to push.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate it because his legacy should not be boiled down to, well, I only invoke his name when I'm trying to push a certain agenda.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a lot of what this young man is doing as well. But he also is doing it in bad faith because he knows good and well, if you quote the great Marcus Garveys of the world, if you go back and look at what Frederick Douglass has, I sound like Umar Johnson now. If you go and
2 for 99, it's the game.
2 for 99, it's the game.
Bro, we're going to have to do an episode. We may be able to talk about that later, about how he's about to lose that school and he's selling $500 dates with women and stuff. But there are so many other great, I say all that to say, they don't need to try to minimalize the amount of great Black people that have had influential things to say, but also have had the right mindset and views that would propel not just us as Black people, but this country into a better place. And what he's doing is what a lot of oppressors would love to do, is make you think, oh, well, we as Black people, we only have Martin Luther King that really was doing anything. They want us to really be unaware of the history of our contributions, because if we realize that and had that unity, guess what? These politicians it would turn into kind of like an auction to see who we would vote for, because it's kind of in the middle of what Amanda Seals talks about. We shouldn't be assigned to any party. What party is literally going out of its way to do what it can for the Black population? And that's who you should vote with.
Bro, when people talk about Dr. King, it reminds me of my time when I covered stories involving Dr. King. It felt as if I was almost chasing him, for a point in my journalistic career. When I was a reporter in Illinois, Decatur specifically, there's this college called Illinois Wesleyan University, and Dr. King did a speech there. And this was if I remember correctly, because I did an article on this. This was in 1966. This is shortly after the Voting Rights Act was signed into law. He does this lecture to the students at this university, and the question was, "Oh, you think racism is done because we got this passed in legislation?" And it's far from the truth, because there's so much more work that needs to be done. And I moved to Jacksonville for my third market, and St. Augustine is like 45 minutes away from Jacksonville. So Dallas is Jacksonville, as to St. Augustine is Fort Worth. And so I learned over there how Dr. King and what activists did over there in St. Augustine is the reason why the Civil Rights Act passed in the first place. I don't know if have you ever seen that one picture of black people in a pool and there's a man pouring acid in it?
Oh, that old depiction?
Yeah.
I've seen those, yeah.
That happened at the
It happened in the South for sure. It was
oh no, that happened in St. Augustine, Florida. That happened where I'm at right now.
That old picture of that white man pouring that substance, that's in
that happened in St. Augustine.
And people expect us to think that all these people that were doing all these malicious acts, that they saw that the Civil Rights Act was passed, like, oh, I'm not racist anymore.
There we go. I got something for you. It was a story that I covered.
Probably seen this picture before.
Yep.
It shows a man pouring acid into a pool of civil rights protesters trying to integrate it. This was in 1964. That was right there in St. Augustine. The history is not forgotten, and for the first time today, a woman visited the site where her mother helped change history. On your sides, Tristan Harding has her story.
Cheryl Jones wishes her mother would have talked about her days as an activist.
She was very quiet about it,
She wanted to know more about this milestone in American history. Brenda Darton Jones is right here in this picture. She jumped in a whites-only pool with black and white demonstrators. Jimmy Brock, the motel's owner of the Monson Motor Lodge, tried to force them out by dumping acid in the water. Photos of the incident made national news and helping propel passage of the Civil Rights Act.
I can just see her wanting to talk about it, but not really being able to because of the emotions that were behind it.
It's been 20 years since the Monson Motor Lodge was demolished. It's now a Hilton hotel, and it's the first time Jones stepped foot on this property.
I'm overwhelmed. I'll just say it like that. I'm overwhelmed.
Even though the infamous pool is gone,
I can't even put it into words. It's
Jones says she feels her mother's presence,
very surreal.
especially during this moment.
This is for you, Ma. No police, no fire marshals, no screaming.
An unspoken understanding of the woman who Jones loved.
And now she says, now you know.
You did great work, my brother.
I
Still
appreciate
doing
that.
it.
I appreciate that.
Because that made me smile genuinely. Like, to be able to do that and defeat a part of history that was viewed as a negative that got turned into a positive, and then that was truly amazing. I love how you facilitated that story.
So those are just some of the many things that I've captured when it comes to covering stories involving Dr. King. And so that was one story that was so enlightening to me, because I remember seeing that acid in the pool's picture, and the moment when you say this happened here in St. Augustine, Florida, which is like 45 minutes to an hour away from Jacksonville, like it wasn't that long ago. It was not that long ago. And what's so interesting about that story is that those were black swimmers. Those are activists that came from another state to integrate that pool. And not only that, Jewish rabbis were also involved in that situation where they prayed at the stairwell. And so all of them, including Dr. King, got arrested. It's because of that moment right there. We get where we're at right now. It is that moment.
And then when you think about it, as far as like how close you are to a lot of these things that occur, just thinking about where we went to college at. They used to have public lynchings in Tyler, burning people alive at the stake.
Yeah.
1885 and 1912. James Byrd, I remember there was a young lady that was from Jasper, and she had told me about the events, of course, if you didn't know about it. James Byrd Jr., dragged behind a pickup truck for 3 miles while white supremacists just laughed and goaded. His murder was like all over Texas back then. That was like 1998, I want to say.
Yes, I remember seeing the local stories about that one. Yes.
And East Texas police department still report 0 hate crimes, raising concerns about underreporting and systemic blind spots within that system. The city we graduated from, and cities like Natchez and police departments are overwhelmingly white despite large Black and Hispanic populations. For example, Nacogdoches had only 1 Black officer out of 62, even though nearly a third of the population is Black.
Or like the school, like you mentioned, so the university that we graduated from, they're Nathaniel West, the first Black student enrolled, 1967. It wasn't that long ago.
It really
was not
wasn't
that long ago. I've talked to people who recalled the moment hearing Dr. King was assassinated on the radio.
My parents were both old enough to have experienced segregation. It's not that long ago. That's why they put these pictures in black and white to make you think, oh, it had to have been so long. No. No, this stuff it
infuriates me, man. Well, let's continue with let's continue with this Black radical versus Black 20 conservatives.
We have another example of systemic racism. Burgess Owens, he's a representative out of Utah. He's a Black Republican representative. He called out the MIT president for having Black-only dormitories. I mean, what does that mean? Why are we trying to segregate each other and say that Black people feel safer amongst Black people? And the truth is, they're actually more in danger when they're around Black people. And that's unfortunate. As I'm saying, it's the case, and I have to say it because it's true. Okay, Black people are killing each other.
It's true.
Right? Black men rapping about it. It's savagery. It's barbaric, and we shouldn't be doing it as a people. We should try to get more Ben Carson's. Ben Carson's cousins.
Hell no.
Oh, also,
brother, this guy stinks.
I'm trying to figure out what all Black dorms at MIT is he speaking? Like,
did he even go to MIT?
So MIT does not have Black-only dorms in the exclusionary sense, but it does have affinity housing spaces designed to support cultural identity and community. One of the most notable examples is Chocolate City at MIT, founded in 1975. Chocolate City is a living group within MIT's Newhouse residence. It was created by and for Black male students to foster community, mentorship, and cultural pride. While it centers Black identity, is not legally or administratively Black only. Membership is voluntary and inclusive, though culturally focused. The group hosts events, support academic success, and engages within the broader Boston community.
The more you know.
It took literal
a quick
few
Google
seconds
search
to just, not even a Google search, just use your Copilot on your AI, and guess what? 2 seconds just gave me everything I need to know.
Quick Google search. Let's continue.
When he was younger, but his mother came to him and gave him a book and told Ben Carson to read and study to not be like his cousins. And Ben Carson separated 2 twins at the back of the head, and he's known as one of the best renowned neurologists or neuroscientists that we've ever seen. Right?
Ben Carson said that slaves were immigrants. I think that you are at a phase of your learning where you are a contrarian, and I look forward to seeing your development because I have a feeling that you're actually going to flip the script eventually, because you are somebody that definitely is grounded in wanting to learn facts and wanting to learn the truths of things. However, you're currently still stuck in an indoctrinated space that is tricking you into thinking that you are something that you are not. You are a Black person who is literally having to receive the results of racism, but ultimately you are of an ethnicity that has thrived in spite of it. And that is where we really exist from. And that is where our resilience comes from in spite of systemic racism.
I think our resilience is happening now. I think growing, understanding the real problems, not going out and trying to protest against, you guys don't ever do this. KTS.
You guys don't ever do that.
KTS,
who is you guys?
Members of the Black community that don't want to hold people accountable, especially.
Bro, I hate to interrupt it
I
again.
told you, it's the ones that don't know how to brush their hair. For one, look at that edge up, bro. Why do you have a 90-degree angle going into your sideburns?
Oh my gosh. The mental gymnastics
You
this young
guys.
man is demonstrating is gold Olympic medal material.
Would it be safe to say, I bet I can guess what his girlfriend looks like?
Most likely, absolutely.
I bet I know exactly if that is what his preference is. Who am I to judge? But yes, I feel like I know a lot about this young man without having to meet him.
Oh, it gets even more interesting.
KT yesterday was shot 60 times outside of Cook County, Chicago. How many BLM members came out? You earlier said BLM
Stop
is about
referring
police.
to me as you guys.
Okay, that's fine. So, for example, we had a really good example of this where it's not a police because I remember you
Where
said.
Where are you from?
Where am I from? What do you mean by that? Like, what state am I from? Where was I born?
Where do you live right now?
I live in Florida. I was born in Angola, though. I was born in sub-Saharan Africa. Okay.
Where did you grow up for most of your time?
In Maine. I lived in North America.
In Maine.
Yes.
And what is the population of Black people in the town that you're from?
It's really extremely low, but I grew up around Black people, and there's a Black community where I lived.
And that Black community that you lived in, did they teach you about Black history in the United States? Like, are your parents Black American?
Yeah, my mom is Black. My father is Black.
No, I'm asking, were they born in the United States?
No, because I wasn't born there.
Oh, so you guys are all from Angola?
Yes, but again, like I told you earlier,
Not even from here.
In terms of people like KTS straight.
You even go to school here.
For them. And I remember you earlier said.
Think it's really
hold on, can I please finish? You earlier said that BLM is worried about police, but
no, your sources are not. You're not able to cite your sources. Please go sit down.
Yeah, that's the truth.
It's not the truth. It's not the truth. It's not the. Nothing you say is actually the truth. Nothing. You're not even American. You're not even a Black American. As the daughter of an immigrant, it is imperative that Black people from other places understand the disparate difference that they exist from Black people in the United States. It is not the same.
No.
Period. And ultimately, the best effort that we can do as a diaspora is to lead in understanding, not in judgment. So when I am talking to somebody from Sudan, from the Congo, from Angola, I am listening to understand their experience, not to undermine it. And I refuse to allow anybody from Grenada, from Angola, from any other place to come and try to undermine the experience of Black Americans.
Hello.
Woo! Because y'all get to benefit from everything that Black Americans went through while not having to formally associate yourselves with them, because they will do everything they can to make sure, oh, I'm not Black. No, I'm Black. I will make sure you know I am not Black. Like they go out there.
Not one of
anyway.
them.
Yep.
I've been told this where if you're from the Caribbeans or you're from Africa and you immigrate here to America, the children are told, don't hang out with the Black American kids. Don't hang out with them. No.
Yep. And it's one of those things where you at this point, I will say we do have allies, because
yeah.
I would say the Caribbeans are more willing to accept us than other sides, but yeah, it makes no sense to my opinion, but it does come from an inherent predisposed bias towards Black people.
And that creates animosity.
But it's also not to sit here and just make us out to be the ultimate victim in every situation. No. It's just that they have gotten so tired of us calling out the disparities that they think that all of us are playing into this whole victim mentality, when it's not. When we just see that in this caste system that we have in America, we are fully aware of where we land, where we are on it. And that's okay. If you don't like it, why you mad at us calling it out?
One thing I think we need to talk about is this whole spiel about we're not a victim, and I believe the opposition has put in so much power in scrutinizing being a victim and watering down the meaning and in the impact of being a victim, that we as a community, we stray away from it, where we try to toughen out of it and be like, no, I'm not a victim, I'm a survivor. We try to reword it and stuff like that. And
but we don't have to.
And sometimes we just need to call it for what it is. Like, yes, we are, but that doesn't define us. We are, our ancestors are old. They are due, and I, as a descendant, I demand it now. I want what's mine.
It's my money, and I need it now. J.G. Whitworth.
Stop playing with me, man. Stop playing with me.
That man. Stop playing with that man. Is it crazy for us to think that maybe, just maybe, it never got rectified?
Never.
Because it kind of alludes back to what I said. We're supposed to believe that, granted, Civil Rights Act, amazing thing, but did that piece of legislation change the overall view and mindset of those that were, because we got to remember, especially in the South, a lot of those people that were perpetuating a lot of their racist actions and ideals, those were racist judges. Those are racist lawyers, racist police officers. These are all people in place
for decades.
And you think that a piece of legislation just completely stopped all that?
Granted, it passed, but who's going to enforce it?
The people that were just enforcing the racist stuff that we just had to outlaw. It's just baffling at the reality, because we're battling with so many different perspectives, of the perspective of knowing that we're currently fighting an uphill battle, trying to not allow them to erase the history of how we got here, because I think that is another big part of it, which you see it within the president now. He is literally attacking all institutions of education and history to ensure that knowledge is not passed down of these events. There are going to be times where we're really going to have to worry that if we have children, not some would, that if we were to have children, we would have to really worry about whether or not the history that they're learning is the right history.
We're already seeing it in Oklahoma.
You
see it? Yeah.
That governor is...
It's the superintendent of Oklahoma schools over there.
I thought you were talking about the governor. He's also crazy.
The one that got caught watching that porn. I'm talking about that one. The one that got caught watching that porn.
We can't call it that on Obama's internet. We have to call it corn.
Man, let's just say for what it is. The dude was gooning
in his office,
and he got called out. Man, hey, let me pull up the article. Man. Hey, yo, this is Fox 23 in Tulsa.
News that matters. Fox 23 News at 9 starts right now.
We begin tonight with breaking news out of the state capitol. Tonight, Fox 23 talked to and confirmed with two members of the Oklahoma State Board of Education that they saw sexually explicit images of naked women on a screen inside State Superintendent Ryan Walters' office yesterday. Thanks so much for joining us at 9. I'm Shay Rozzi. Nathan has the night off. Speaker of the House.
Why'd you gotta tell us what Nathan doing?
Thorough investigation into the matter.
Because the pub, hey, their viewers may want to know. This is why we do it. I'm pretty sure her and Nathan, they do the 9 o'clock news together. He probably called in sick, man.
Why you gotta tell Nathan business? What if he had a side
That's
piece
just
or
the thing
something?
we do in
and
news.
she was like, oh, what do you mean he's off? He said he'll be at work today.
No, because we got because viewers love consistency. So if you don't let them know, like, hey, if you don't address the elephant in the room, they're gonna call and email the station. Well, where's Nick? Where's Nick? I don't see him on the news. What's he doing?
Was my favorite reasons for tuning in on Sunday, and you took it away from me.
That's what happens. I kid you not. That's what happens in the newsroom. So you gotta let folks know, like, hey, Nathan's off tonight. I'm gonna.
Hey, this is peeling back the curtain so that way you guys can get an understanding of the news.
This is what happens at your local newsroom. So please watch your local news.
Fox 23 in-depth anchor Rick Marinon explains the allegations and how Walters is responding.
Shocking
his
allegations
face.
coming out of the state capitol against a man who has campaigned on keeping porn out
Look
of.
at this dude. He definitely did that shit.
Look at this dude. He definitely be gooning at work.
Look at this dude. Oh, I want it. Just ran out the bat.
He definitely makes all his his meetings on Teams. He does not want to be seen in person.
Whatever they say he did that shit.
You can't even shake this man's hand. Look at how he hold that mic.
Fighting to keep pornography on their shelves and are challenging our rule to keep pornography out of the classroom.
Bro, I could tell his breath stink.
This is unbelievable.
Oh, he looks like a Christian youth pastor. You know, the ones that have the coffee shops and the fellowship hall.
Hey, I'm so glad you guys came by today. We have some actual, if you're feeling fun, some libations. We mix some grape juice with some of the blood of Christ. Can you tell me?
Hey, Jim, fair weather we're having. Yeah, mighty fine day for the Lord has opened up for us.
Oh, you are so right about that. Hallowed be thy name. You're right about that, Jim.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be
done.
So I'll see you at
Two members
church.
of the Oklahoma State Board of Education tell Fox 23 News they saw sexually explicit
Bro, he did
images
it in
of
that
two
chair.
naked women play out on a TV screen connected to a computer inside State Superintendent Ryan Walters' office during Thursday's executive session. Board
So you're
member
not gonna
Ryan
show us the
Dethridge tells
office?
Fox 23, quote, "Yes, I saw nude women." Board member Becky Carson says in a statement to Fox 23, quote, "I was appointed to the State Board of Education to serve Oklahoma students to the best of my ability. The images that board members were exposed to yesterday in this meeting were shocking."
Wait. How did he expose it?
I think we'll get there. But can you imagine being Becky and you're minding your own business and you see the superintendent trying to get his attention? Excuse me, sir. Whoa!
Becky,
Whoa! What is that?
So that's why I'm waiting to see, because I'm like, wait a minute, how did all these people see this?
Here we go.
At the very least, inappropriate. There has to be accountability. Fox 23 has also spoken with board members Mike Tinney and Chris Vandehen, who were also in the room. Vandehen says he did not see the images because his back was turned to the TV during the meeting, but Carson and Dethridge shared their concerns with him after the meeting, and he says he believes them. Tinney tells Fox 23 he also could not see the screen from where he was sitting, but at one point during the meeting, Carson stood up, pointed at the screen, and said repeatedly, "I see naked women. I see naked women." Tinney then says Walters stood up, said that's not supposed to be there, and turned off the images. After reading the claims, Speaker of the House Kyle Hilbert called for an immediate investigation and released a statement saying, quote, "These are serious allegations made by two members of the state board, and an expeditious third-party review is warranted. I urge the state superintendent to unlock and turn over all relevant devices and fully cooperate with an investigation."
Bro.
People finna see your spank bank, bro.
I see naked women. Hey, I see naked women.
Bro, they gotta see what your categories are.
Definitely. Hey, he was definitely looking up at Ebony.
Yeah, like look at the guy. Like, that's not him.
No. He was definitely looking at that Ebony. He was definitely watching that 06 Pinky. Absolutely.
Nah, he looks more like an Asian guy. Yeah, he's definitely an Asian guy. You can see it in not this guy. Take it off of him.
Yeah.
We don't need people thinking we're talking about him.
Occurred. A prompt and transparent review should quickly clear his name. Fox 23 reached
This guy, hold on.
out to Walt.
Oh,
this guy definitely jerks it to Mia Khalifa and them.
Oh, absolutely. Astroglide in the bottom left of his desk as we speak.
Like, look at this guy. Like, look at his hands. They're so white and clammy.
From all the gooning underneath the desk.
Exactly. Like, look at it. His nails are impacted. That man is a left-hand gooner. He has the.
He knows what he's doing.
You can just tell by the grip. Now, one of the reporters would have been out of hand if they were just like, So which hand do you use?
Yo, if I'm one of the school board members, I'm like, I'm not shaking his hand.
But also,
not shaking his hand.
How? It's just like, how though? Like, what device were you using that you're casting for a meeting while simultaneously still having your goon material up?
It had to be on his laptop or like he was sharing the screen on his laptop or iPad or something. It must have been. Let's continue.
Walters, who says the board members are appointees of Governor Kevin Stitt, who just this year became his political foe, and redid the makeup of the Board of Education. Walters says the two had a fight over green energy policy. Stitt says the board needs to focus more on reading and math. Walters said on the allegations, quote, "Some of these board members are blatantly dishonest and cannot hide their political agenda. It is disappointing that they are more interested in creating distractions than getting work done for Oklahoma families." Board members Sarah LePack and Zachary Archer were not at Thursday's meeting. In a statement to Fox 23, Stitt says, quote, "I trust and appreciate my board members. They are volunteers who are sacrificing their time to serve Oklahoma students. Should these allegations be true, all I can say is that I am profoundly disappointed." Walters has called some teachers perverts during his tenure. Deathridge says the superintendent needs to be held to his own high standards and pointed to the fact that Walters has been eager to suspend and revoke teaching certificates on moral grounds since taking office. Quote, "As an appointed member of the Oklahoma School Board, it is my top priority to protect the well-being of Oklahoma students. We hold educators to the strictest of standards when it comes to explicit material. The standard for the superintendent should be no different," Deathridge told Fox 23 in a statement. Covering news that matters, I'm Rick Marin on Fox 23 News.
I'm not gonna lie,
Senate Pro
Deathridge is
Tem
a pretty
Lonnie
dope
Paxton and
last
Senate
name.
Education Chairman Republican Adam Pugh also released their own statements tonight. Paxton says in part, quote, "This is a bizarre and troubling situation that raises serious questions about the events and what took place during yesterday's executive session at the Oklahoma State Board of Education meeting."
That is very interesting.
I want you to know what the main thing I'm glad from that. I didn't see a single person of color in that entirety of it. That also may speak to something else. But yes.
Here's my thing for black conservatives. Because black conservatives are not going anywhere. But I think it's safe to say that the era of black conservatives has definitely changed. How did we go from Condoleezza Brown, Rice and Beans, and Colin Powell to Candace Owens? You know what I'm saying? And
because it's become more of a grift than it's
Tim
become
Scott.
a identity.
And
well, politics shouldn't even be your identity.
I feel like black conservatives need a rebrand, bro, because their alignment is too close in proximity with MAGA and white supremacy, and I just think y'all need to figure something out. And by y'all, I mean, you know, us black folk who identify as the portion of us black folk who identify as conservative. If you do, you need to figure out how to rebrand it, re-image this, because it's way too close in proximity to assimilation and whiteness.
Because there's a way to go about it.
It's dangerous. It's dangerous, man.
There's definitely a way to go about it, because you and I both are from Texas. Though we are progressive to a certain extent, we do hold certain values that would be considered conservative. Like, we don't have any issues with your Second Amendment rights. We don't have any problems with that at all. Like, there are certain things where you're going to have crossover with, you know, certain conservative views and more liberal views. It's just a part of it.
I think we need to figure out, because when I think of conservatism, I think of being fiscally frugal in terms of how your local government spends and whatnot. I'm thinking of hard work, accountability. I think that's fair to say. But this wave of black conservatism, it feels like a grift. It feels like it's grabbing white supremacy's attention. It feels like
it's performative.
It feels like a misidentity, if that's the right word I'm looking for. it just feels like you don't know who you really are, or you do acknowledge. It's almost if like you don't acknowledge what happened to black people. But there are so many things as black people that we had that we have yet to just stop and heal from. I'm talking about slavery. I'm talking about redlining. I'm talking about the Jim Crow era. I'm talking about the war on drugs. There's so many things that black people have gone through and we've experienced one after another, and it's like when was the last time we've stopped and taken a breath? I mean, it I remember what, do you remember Move in Philly, how the police bombed an entire black neighborhood? This stuff has happened to black folks. When was the last time we've taken a breath and said, this impacted my family a lot? Or when was the last time we've absorbed what the hell has happened to us in throughout these years? And then here comes some of our own acting as if acting or not even acknowledging the trials and tribulations that we as a community have gone through in our respective states and cities. Acid poured onto us, police bombing you. You know what I'm saying?
Because if you see, like, especially with that young man we showed that was speaking with Amanda Seals, I joke about it. It's a certain look, but to a certain extent, I do believe that there has been a point in a lot of those people's lives. Maybe not him. He's not American, nor is he black, in my opinion. There is a certain point, especially with certain black conservatives, you start to see a lot of them. It depends on where they grew up regionally. There's a lot of black conservatives that grew up in like very rural areas where that's all they know and what they grew up around. I ain't mad at you about that, whatever. But there are some that are taking an active stance where you can see that at some point in their lives, like, I don't want to assume too much about Candace Owens, but I can tell that at some point in her life, when she was growing up, she looked to be accepted by those that look like her. And because not black people, kids can be rejected.
They can be some assholes.
Kids can be terrible creatures. Yes. And at some point, she may have internalized that as, in the time where I was looking for acceptance from those that look like me, I was rejected. I now forever hold vitriol towards them. I feel like that there are certain people that make that conscious decision within their lives to hold black people in a certain regard because of how they were treated. And they view it as, that's how the people treat me, not how just kids at that age and like, this is obviously a very specific example, but I do believe in a broader sense, there are those people that are that hard to the right and conservative views are people that at certain points just said, hey, because of my past experiences, because of my past experiences of a very specific group of black people, I am assigning my hate to all of them.
My favorite is when black conservatives say, you need to leave the Democratic plantation and go to a different plantation, a Republican one. Oh, so you say leave the Democratic plantation, but you go inside the Republican master's house. Okay.
That's basically what they're saying. It's like, oh, so that's how you feel. Yeah. Why don't you get off the plantation, man? What are they doing over there for you? They don't do anything. It was the Republicans that released the slaves, right?
Please don't get me started on that.
We
have to acknowledge that there was a switch.
That the Republicans did it, but you're voting for the Democrats that wanted you enslaved.
I don't think about this about all black conservatives. I don't think I say this in good faith. I genuinely believe that there is like maybe a handful of black conservatives who do not think this way, who do not act this way either, who probably have solid reasons in their own belief as to why they're conservative. But as I've said previously, the proximity to white supremacy is so dangerous. I am willing to write you off and just be like, I can't. Yeah, y'all in the way of progress.
I'll say dangerous is an understatement, sir.
It is, but it is. You are, you are literally putting your hand on the stove at this point, and you're telling me it's not hot. Here, you can touch it too.
We gotta do better. It's called self-development.
Mm-hmm.
But these people they are fully aware that they are contributing to a discourse that opposes the advancement of Black people and people of color.
Mm-hmm.
And they're okay with it.
Yeah, I believe that there are some Black conservatives who care about Black people. I genuinely do.
And that's why I preface my comments with the ones that's like in East Texas. Like, there are some that they don't know nothing but what they grew up around.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, I get that. But if you've been exposed to more information, more resources, and you still choose to align yourself with that, that's where my problem is.
Like, how can you claim Republican knowing what this administration is doing? Case in point, Amanda Seals brought it up about how this administration is trying to water down the impact in the history of slavery, and he's going after the museums.
Don't remind me about the bad stuff.
Peep this. Let me share this article, bro. I got you.
I appreciate that, Coogee player.
Coogee on my booty. In this bitch groovy. Trump amplifies attacks on out-of-control Smithsonian museums for including negative parts of American history. On Tuesday, President Donald Trump posted on Truth Social that the Smithsonian museums were, quote, out of control for emphasizing the negative parts of American history, including how bad slavery was. Trump, who has been at odds with various cultural institutions since returning to office in January, added that he had instructed his attorneys to begin the exact same process he has used against colleges and universities. The White House has withheld funding from Harvard, Columbia University, and other schools, made various demands, from more control over student admissions to banning trans athletes from women's sports. The Trump administration in March issued an executive order calling for the Smithsonian to overhaul its collection and present a more celebratory view of the country. The order has been denounced by historians and others as an attempt to censor the past. You said it not so long ago. I know you were saying it in a funny way, like, "Oh, it's hurting my feelings."
That's all it is.
Why should history should not have to abide by your feelings? It happened. And if you have an issue with it, you need to dig down deep on why you feel that way.
Just come out and say it. Like, hey,
just say you don't care.
And oh well, what are we gonna do about it now? Just say that. Just say that. Just be upfront with it. I don't care at this point. If you don't care at this point, just say that.
And this administration, he's literally trying to rewrite history. It's revisionist. Revisionist kleptocracy. And I don't appreciate it, not one bit. And so now
he knows what he's doing.
He does. He's more meticulous. Now that he has experience being in the White House, and this goes back to what we said in the previous episodes. This could have been avoided. This could have been avoided.
Vote for a Black woman.
This could have been avoided
because she had artists at her campaign rallies. Y'all didn't want to vote for her because it lacks professionalism.
I don't think this is what Black conservatives wanted. I don't think that's what they wanted. And if it is, we have a problem.
I don't
think that's what they truly want, bro. I don't think so.
What gets me is this whole, well, who else are going to vote for? Like, it's like, come on now. We do not have a perfect political system. We are very aware that you basically got to choose one or the other, and your vote for one is basically, at this point, to the extremes that one side is compared to the other. Yeah, you really got to make that decision. Like, do I want to benefit myself and those around me, or do I just want to go with the people that say the hurtful stuff? Because that's all it is. They are capitalizing on the lowest cost emotion, which is anger. It doesn't take much to feel anger. It doesn't, but it takes a lot to sort through why you're angry.
Message. Speak on it, bro.
Like so many people on the right take advantage of what's it called, the basic rage baiting. Whenever they know that they're going to put out a subject that trans people in sports, I don't like that. How dare you mess up my sports? Men in sports, yeah. How dare you mess up my sports? BLM riots. How dare you mess up these cities that even though I don't like going to those cities, I'm still. How dare you mess up those cities? Like they just it's the most primal instinct to take advantage of, and they do it because they know that anger invites your wallet opening. Anger invokes a vote. Anger usually invokes action. So they know that as long as we keep them angry about something, we can take advantage of them.
Say that one more time. You say anger opens up your wallet?
Anger opens your wallet because anger invokes action. And the action that they want is what will be whatever it takes to keep them in power. What keeps them in power is an action to go vote and an action to keep them funded through donations.
Speak on it. Speak on it.
Like, if you show me, if I want to know what your principles are, I'll just look at what you spend your money on. I'll look at where you spend most of your time. Like, it's as simple as that. It's not hard to get. That's why I really, really, really wish, as much as we put it on Front Street, like all these different fashion shows and all that, I wish America would be like, all right, these are all the people who have donated to your current politician as they are pushing this one bill. Put it all out there for all of us to see. Hey, what are you guys choosing to invest in? Hey, Marjorie Taylor Greene, why are you choosing to put all your stocks into this one company all of a sudden and then it just rises out of nowhere? Like, come on now. Like, we know that our politics in America is not this beautiful, oh, if you vote, you're going to vote for the right. It's not. At this point, we have to vote for whoever's going to take care of the country. And we know good and well a billionaire was not going to have the country's best at heart.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Well, I will say a billionaire that refuses to pay taxes, that has openly said, hey, you know, the American institution of paying taxes, you people that actually do that are dumb.
I want to see, as of now, the Democratic Party go to these small counties where there is a large Republican influence and show them the statistics and be like, hey, this is where y'all rank in education. This is where y'all rank in reading, math, arithmetic. This is how much money that y'all have lost. And this is who y'all voted for. This is who represents y'all.
But that's the thing,
Why
though.
is that the case?
That lack of education won't have them understanding what that even means. It's like, well, if I didn't see the money, how did I lose it? That'll be an instant pushback. What are you talking about? I'm losing money. I'm missing out on money. They don't know nothing, especially when you go to like East Texas, where it's like, oh, what do I need to go get educated on? What do I need to change? Whoever is going to keep the oil fields open, keep the boats open, let me do all this work that does not require me to go get a degree. Whoever is going to keep all that going, I'm cool with it. And it's not even to say that a degree should be the reason that you have to. Basically, they want to go for anyone that's going to keep their life
quo.
As simple as that. We talked about it last week, where I was like, hey, that's where I think Trump is messing up, because what he's doing is messing with people's day-to-day. And when that happens, that is when people make you problematic. Because at the end of the day, everyone wants to just be able to say, hey, I woke up on a Saturday and was able to go to the movies, take my kids to get ice cream and da-da-da. If you start messing with people's ability just to do the simple things that gets them through the day, we don't need you anymore, because there needs to be a realistic view of the world. It's not a bunch of millionaires that are out there making our decisions. There's a lot of people that are making within the 100,000s range. Yes, they may get a small bonus of this and that, but they're still I say that to say that they're still utilizing aspects of life that each of us use. So they don't want anything that will mess that up.
Small
So that's
business owners and such, right?
And not really, because these people don't shop with small businesses. They go to all the premium retails. They don't go to shop at Aldi's down the street. They get their food and groceries delivered from a Whole Food subsidiary that is local to their town or something. I don't
And this
know,
is
but
what you've seen and experienced while living in East Texas.
in East Texas, but also moving to this part of Dallas as well, seeing that a lot of these people that make all the money, they still have to go about life with us, the day-to-day people. So anything that interrupts that, when Starbucks is now closed because the one next to their house is no longer, the person that owned the franchise can no longer keep it open, now my life is a little bit harder. Oh, what do you mean everything's now self-checkout and stuff with no people to put my groceries up or load it up in the car for me? Why am I having to do all this stuff for myself now? I'm rich. Oh, because he's made the job market terrible. No one can get a job. Oh, wages are too high, so people can't even work real jobs. Well, companies can't even employ people at the rate they used to, and people can't remain employed. So now we're getting less money. Now people aren't buying cars. People aren't buying houses. So many markets are going to crash. A lot of his policy, which is really just executive orders in lieu of policy, is him throwing out as much as possible to make it seem like he's doing a big thing without doing any type of review of downstream impact. Like signing all those executive orders in on the first day, I don't think anyone really has had an estimation at the time of what the downstream impact of all that would be. And I think we're going to see it bared out in these next few years.
Let me say this real quick. Your first test, America, to getting the progress that we want to see in figuring out the democracy that you would like to have, y'all gonna need to vote yes on that redistricting bill that Governor Gavin Newsom is pulling up right now. That is y'all's first test. For some of y'all, this is the first test since the election. Now, for others, they had a chance to prove to prove that this country could go in the direction that we want to go. I think it was a Supreme Court race in Wisconsin, if I'm not mistaken. For some, the Wisconsin Supreme Court race was like one of the many tests that America had to prove that we are not all of us are trying to go deep into this authoritarianism, rabbit hole. Now, the real test is that redistricting bill for California. Since Texas want to play this stupid ass game, and then you have California saying bring it, Illinois saying their game, New York saying their game. Things are about to get real dirty. Things are about to change really
all for
fast.
the sake of appeasing a man with a bloated ego.
Yeah.
And
I want to reiterate the point, because the Trump administration is trying to change or make amendments to history that actually happened. And it goes back to what we said about this could have been avoided if we had just voted for the woman. But some people didn't want to, accept that. And
they didn't want to accept the fact that she is one of the most qualified candidates we've had in a long time.
Most qualified from what, local to state and federal. Most
more qualified than Obama.
Yes.
Was more qualified than Bill Clinton. Was more qualified than Jimmy Carter. Like, go through the years of all these Democratic representatives that could have came up, and she's been the most qualified out of all of them. But I would be remiss if we did not mention that. Oh, she's a woman.
And then we had the nerve to say this is not our problem. Now it's our problem. Because now he's threatening to send troops to black cities, Chicago. Look, he already tried it with L.A.
He knows what he's doing.
Baltimore. The mayor of Baltimore was on the Shade Room not so long ago, trying to and just doing something. I have to applaud the mayor of Baltimore for doing that, because That's how you get your constituents' attention. You're meeting them where they're at. Hello, wake up. The problem is officially at our door, and it's not going to knock.
I need all the people in Wilmington, Delaware to make it out. We are going to protest. We are going to march on the capital of Wilmington, Delaware, and we are going to protest, brother. We are going to protest.
Mama said,
We are going
Makusa.
to protest. The fact that he repeats himself so frequently, I've never understood how people vote. But yes, I agree. I'm sorry, Dr. Umar. I don't know. I've been going down the rabbit hole of how he's messing up that high school
game.
We. I'm sorry.
2 for 99. It's the game.
Dr. Umar was smoking a whole cigarillo.
Don't worry about the doctor.
We definitely got to talk about Dr. Umar eventually. I can't wait. But
if
yes,
you want, we can bring up his most recent stuff going on.
But yeah, real quick. We said that this is not our problem. We'll figure it out. Okay. Well, this is your first test. Because and I hate to call it a test, but it feels like it is. It's like, okay, are you prepared? Because some of y'all are already talking about how y'all don't rock with Gavin Newsom, and he's obviously making an effort to try and run for the presidency. Who cares? You said this whole time the Democratic Party should do something. They should respond. Well, we don't have the Supreme Court, don't have the House, don't have the Senate, and now the current administration is trying to rig the game so that way there won't be any changes that you want to see. So we need this. Yeah, y'all better you better put your differences aside with Gavin Newsom. Put them aside
immediately, because Gavin is not. If they think Gavin is bad, I'm waiting. I'm curious to see.
Y'all want to see what Greg Abbott gonna do? Y'all seen what Ron DeSantis has done? You really gonna let them slide? Just because you don't like everything that Gavin Newsom do, you gonna let Ron DeSantis slide? You gonna let Huckabee slide? You gonna let Abbott slide?
Kick that nigga out of his chair. Drop kick that nigga dead in his chest. Just. Can you picture someone just drop kicking Greg Abbott in the chest?
Dude deserves to get drop kicked.
Just gets drop kicked out of his chair. Just. Because, it's got the little pushing things on the back. So it's not going to throw him on the back. So it's going to like halfway go out and he's just going to get jutted out of the chair. I shouldn't be laughing at this. I'm going to end up in a wheelchair. Oh, damn. Here I go again.
I have hope, bro. I have hope. I really do.
I have hope too.
I have hope.
Hey, share the screen and watch this one, my brother.
What am I watching?
Yeah, I put it in the chat. W's in the chat. W's in the chat.
FDMG Academy bank accounts are still frozen. FDMG Academy bank accounts are still frozen. Dr. Umar personal bank account is still frozen. Dr. Umar personal bank account is still frozen.
Goodness.
Brothers and sisters, we are fighting this war against FDMG and Dr. Umar Ifatunde. We are fighting this war against FDMG and Dr. Umar Ifatunde. We were supposed to get a refund within 4 days of our accounts being shut down. We were supposed to get a refund within 4 days of our accounts being shut down.
Nick, what the hell did you say?
We still haven't got our refund. We still
haven't got our refund.
We still haven't got our refund.
Hey, bro, did they get the refund?
So, not only are the accounts frozen,
Nick. So this is what I've been watching lately. This shit has been hilarious.
Venmo and my PayPal. PayPal.me/Umar the Psychologist.
Bro, y'all both did the same thing.
Umar the Psychologist, or tap my Venmo. Text me for the links to donate to FDMG. Text me for the links to support Dr. Umar. 215-989-9858.
Don't y'all dare. Don't y'all dare call that.
They have donated $1.2 million to this man.
Brothers and sisters. On August the 5th, the city of Wilmington, Delaware, took out a notice to auction off the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy campus for unpaid vacant property registration fees.
That's your fault.
I repeat, on August the 5th, the city of Wilmington, Delaware, took out
that was 19 days ago
to auction off the campus we bought, the campus we've been working on for 6.5 years. I was not notified of this. We were not notified of this. This past weekend, without an email,
we were not
this
notified.
Past weekend, without a letter in the mail, this past weekend, without a phone call, the city of Wilmington put a notice on the door handle of both of our schools.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks. He said, hey, y'all want to go? Hey, bro, since Wilmington got it, let's go ahead and start a GoFundMe. All of us go buy the school, open it up. Because obviously this man ain't trying to open this school.
Dr. Umar needs to rebrand as well, along with the Black conservatives. My man, you are an entertainer at this point.
Yeah, he knows it.
Like going to podcasts, and he was in Jacksonville, I would say, less than a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
He was at Edward Waters University. Black Queens Forever. Hold on. Wait.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Black Queens Forever.
Dog, like, bro, I've been going on a rabbit hole with this man. For one, the repetition, it kills me. But also the fact that there are genuinely people out there that believe this misanthrope and just give money to his causes just because he does it. And now his newest grift is before he adjusted what he said, basically, for $500, ladies, you can get dinner with the doctor. Again, $500, and you can get dinner with the doctor. Now, I understand if you don't have it. That's all right. But I need you to be all natural when you come in. I need you to fully understand that this is an opportunity. We are exposing your business. And this one reactor, she made a good point. She was like, whenever you start seeing them colors, don't be believing these wide-spoken, we about the motherland, my queen, these type of brothers, they usually don't have...
beautiful Coco Queen sister.
Oh my goodness. Me and my coworkers had a long talk about that. Like this guy was going after one of our coworkers, and he always would start with Grand Rising. I was like, hey, that's a red flag right there. This is
immediate red flag.
This is a Grand Rising is a red flag channel. If you say Grand Rising, then you are an automatic red flag, and I think that you talk to crystals.
If you call women females, immediate red flag.
Yeah, that is you want to list off some more red flags? My red flag, if you think that spaghetti and catfish don't go together.
That's a Midwestern thing, and I've had that. Relax.
That's not a Midwestern thing. That's a Southern thing.
That's Midwestern.
It's Southern.
Spaghetti and catfish?
I love it.
That is Midwestern.
Brother, I want you to know right now, I don't care what you guys say. I'm about to go to Fiesta after we leave here, and I'm about to go get me some catfish from over there and make some spaghetti.
There is nothing wrong with catfish and spaghetti.
And you know what? I'm going to get the cheap bag of salad that you know that you get at every single family event.
Go ahead. There's nothing wrong with that.
Throw some ranch in there. It's about to be a good old fish fry.
You remember this Umar meme real quick?
Oh, donations.
Gifts.
More gifts.
Brother just got all this sitting in his car.
Oh, Lord.
Why do you have all that in your car?
That's a scam.
Why do you have all this why do you have all these opened up letters in your car? What were you doing? Do you live in your car, sir?
Donations.
Sir, do you live in your car?
Gifts.
Remember when he was investigating the NBA after Kobe died? I remember
when he went on the Joe Budden podcast and was like, I'm going to start a conference. I'm going to do all these different conferences. This one lady came on, she was like, do you know how much it costs to do one conference? And this man talking about doing all these, doing 19. With what money?
Yeah, Dr. Umar.
And there's people that believe him. That's the scary thing. There's people genuinely out there giving this man money.
Hey, bro, I'm going to say it like this. Dr. Umar is just the tip of the iceberg.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you go down that rabbit hole, it gets scary.
There's so many others.
It gets
so
scary.
Many others
like
out there.
The FBA, the ADOS, the Tariq Nasheeds and all them, it gets scary. It gets scary. It's in proximity to MAGA, man. If you hear a black person talking about immigration and his first wave of attack is going towards Caribbean folks and Africans, stray away.
That nigga's corrupted.
There's so many that are corrupted on not even an extreme sense. Like, they don't even know that the small stuff that they will perpetuate is the reason why they are viewed in the negative sense that they are. And it's always the people that are like, man, fuck all these people. Man, I don't know why. Basically, people that don't understand why people don't mess with them. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you should know why.
That shit is dangerous, man. Hold on, I want to laugh at this real quick. I want to laugh at this real quick. I got to laugh at we got to get a laugh at Dr. Umar. Because at this point, he should be an entertainer. My boy, you should have had a talk show by now. I guarantee you, his influence would be so much greater if he started streaming. Not doing these Instagram live events saying that he was trying to investigate the NBA.
The National Basketball Association is a suspect in Dr. Umar's investigation.
Nigga, what were you going to investigate?
The goddamn NBA is a suspect.
He's at a playground yelling at his phone.
This man just used to be in random parks doing this.
If anything, that man should just go ahead and start streaming. Stop trying to be the activist.
Bro,
stop trying to be an activist, bro. You an entertainer at this point. You Mr. Hee Hee Ha Ha right now. You got to go into comedy. And like Dr. Umar is Adult Swim 3 a.m. Content right now for me. One more Umar.
I got a new program coming out for the ladies. It's called Lunch with the Doctor.
Whoa.
It's called Lunch with the Doctor. You make a $500 donation to FDMG Academy.
$500?
$500 donation to FDMG Academy, and you get a free lunch with Dr. Umar, restaurant of your choice in the state of Wilmington.
Who is that supposed to be?
I said we got a new program called Lunch with Dr. Umar. Private lunch. Ladies, you got to donate $500 to the FDMG Academy, and I will take you to lunch, private lunch, any restaurant you want in the state of Delaware. It's called Lunch with the Doctor, and it costs you $500.
Lunch in Delaware sounds so appetizing.
Any restaurant in the state of Delaware. Oh, yes. Brothers, don't hate. We got to stop hating. Brothers, we got to stop hating.
Man, you taking up all the hoes.
If she want that luncheon. If I ask your wife if she want that luncheon, if I ask your baby mom, do she want that luncheon with the doctor, we know what she gonna say, Ninja. Don't test my intellectual gangster. If I roll up on your girlfriend, your live-in prisoner, you call a girlfriend. If I roll up on your live-in prisoner, your romantic prisoner, you call a girlfriend, who ain't there because she want to be, she there because she got to be. If I roll up on your romantic prisoner, my brother, if I roll up on your romantic prisoner, you call a girlfriend who living with you because she got to, not because she want to.
Oh, no,
brother, this guy stinks.
Goodness gracious. Relax.
And then
Umar, you're a content creator right now. Stop the activism. You're a content creator at this point forward.
He then proceeds to release a follow-up video because he felt that the reception to that video was so bad that he had to address it. So he puts out a video describing how this is not just a pay for a date type thing. This is him creating content where he will be having conversations over dinner with black women who are entrepreneurs, and we are exposing their business. People, and then he would then go on to start advertising, saying that all those in Wilmington, Delaware, are there any chefs there? We need y'all to cook. Are there any black-owned restaurants? We need to use your area for this. We need to basically shut the atmosphere. Please, no hole in the wall. Basically, he needs everything provided. He even then goes in to say, you have to come to me. Prince of Pan-Africanism does not seek out. You must seek me, and we can make this opportunity happen. So please, if you are a chef in the Wilmington, Delaware, New York, Philadelphia area, we will be out there. You ladies, you will have to come to me. Ladies, you will have to come to me. We may take this international. We may be in Texas. Very limited. We may be in the Jamaicans, very limited. We may be in Zimbabwe, very limited. It's like, bro, y'all fall for this grandiose talk?
Man. You sound quite accurate.
Oh, because all it is emotional pastor talk. Like, hey, let me figure out how to invoke emotion out of you people and get you riled up. And people actually are donating to this man. That's what's wild.
Yeah, get this man a Twitch account.
Get him a Patreon. Get him something.
Gosh, man. That's rough. Ladies, don't fall for the okie doke. Please.
And what's crazy is there's some women out there like, yeah, I'll pay $500 to go on a date with Umar Johnson. I want him to give my son the right, guidance and direction.
Dr. Umar is just the tip of the iceberg, man. Like,
it's a grift. Sadly,
that is 100% a grift. Oh Lord, it's a grift.
We may have to go into it in a different episode, but the advent of social media, did it become basically, was it tainted due to capitalism, or is capitalism forever the tainting force of anything genuine in America?
I would say if you truly subscribe to Dr. Umar, then you are closer to black conservatism ever. Your proximity to black manga is even closer.
Mm-hmm. You're exposing yourself to some dangerous ideologies and succumbing to a lot of ideals that should not be cool.
Don't let them catchphrases, them hooky catchphrases get you. Because some of them are pretty good. I'm gonna give them that.
And it's not bad though, because like you'll see him on the Joe Budden podcast where he gave Ish the business, and it's like, well, he was kind of right, It's because he will be right sometimes, and it's just like, dang,
a broken clock is right twice a day.
And that's the thing, the way that he'll be right, it'll be when it's the most anti-black thing. He'll come in, I know, all right now. He's like, I may be grifting, but I still got a degree.
Hey, I may be stealing y'all niggas' money.
But hey, I can steal their money. Y'all can't.
Y'all can't steal. These my niggas. Y'all can't steal. These are my niggas' money.
Hey, nigga, get your own nigga. Get your own nigga.
He basically said, y'all done stole from us too long. It's my turn. I'm here to protect y'all against it.
I'm paying y'all so y'all can protect me, so I can protect y'all. There we go.
This is for the people.
This is
Let me steal from you so that way they won't. You won't have enough to get stolen.
Garvey Academy? Oh, yeah. Send me some money. Send it to me.
After I'm done stealing from you, they can't take nothing from you. You ain't going to have anything left.
I need an extra 500 if you want to have a date with the prince.
That man's, he really said, late.
500.
He further goes on to say, fellas, if you have a wife that is an entrepreneur, you know that this is a date only in name. Please relinquish your wife for the evening so she may expose her business.
Bro,
we will do it.
The price, 500. That is what? More than half of the flight?
That's 2 new tires.
500.
Let's go down the list of things $500 can get you in 2025.
That's a round trip for 4 days, for 3 days. That's a round trip for 3 days. 500. That's at least like $300 to $400. What's the flight from Dallas, Texas to Wilmington, Delaware? Over the weekend.
Let's see.
Like I'm talking like Friday to Sunday.
Let's see. Right now, you'd be looking at about $294.
Okay, $294. That's not including the taxes and the fees and whatnot. So, pay for baggage and bags and whatnot. You're looking at a cool $350.
And then vehicle to get there and back. You may have to pay for parking if you don't Uber or get a shuttle there. So
you're leaving your car at the airport. So
you're
that's
thinking about food and things on the way there.
That 500 is gone just like that.
And then also with $500,
and you got to go to him. So you send him 500. Now you got to pay to go to him. That's already like $700, $800 right there. And I guarantee you, he's going to be using that 500 to go to the restaurant of your choice.
Do you know what you could do? You could buy 500 tacos on a Taco Tuesday from Taco Cabana. You could hire a mariachi band to follow you around for an hour. You could commission a portrait of your dog dressed as Napoleon for $500. You could buy 100 rubber chickens. You could rent a llama for a day. I might do that.
You could buy Xbox Series S.
You can buy a motivational poster that says you tried and hang it above your laundry pile. You can get a personalized ringtone in 2025 for $500.
You can get a PS4.
You can install a disco ball in your bathroom for $500. You can buy glow-in-the-dark toilet paper that will last for the rest of your life. Get a doorbell that plays Eye of the Tiger so guests feel that they're entering a boxing ring.
You're spending that 500 that you're spending with Dr. Umar, you could have spent that on yourself, shorty. On the restaurant of your choice.
Like, if you want to waste $500, you can give it to me. I can give you a few ways to waste $500. We can waste $500 real quick.
You can trick on me.
Trick on me.
I want 500. Yeah, you got enough to give it to Dr. Umar.
And it's crazy because he's taking advantage of these single moms that just want better for their kids, and it's like, this ain't the way to do it.
You're taking advantage of black people who want better for ourselves as well. They have the right idea and the right vision of how they want to move forward as a community.
And he knows he's taking advantage.
Good evening, my black queens.
My
Grand
brothers
rising.
and sisters.
My brothers and sisters. My brothers and sisters. What do you mean you want to go out with the prince? Don't make me take my shirt off. I need all the cocoa melon sisters. Cocoa melon.
Take my shirt off and all the hoes stop breathing. That's classic Gucci, if you don't know. Like, I guess we don't need to get on Dr. Umar's bad side. No, he may come for us.
I don't care. It'd be funny if he did. It'd be funny if he did.
Somehow we started beef with Dr. Umar off of a podcast we did not intend.
Two random dudes is like, who the hell are these?
I know that these brothers, they are trying to separate us. And you choose to continue to do it? I can't believe you. I cannot believe this. All right, I sounded like someone different now. But yeah, he
You need to worry about getting that money back, nigga.
If y'all know anyone that donates to Dr. Umar,
let me know.
Teach them to want better for themselves. Like, do you know how sad I was when I figured out some of my family members watch Andrew Tate stuff and the Kevin Samuel shit? I was so disappointed.
That's nasty.
I was like, we are too educated for that. And it's like,
you're too educated. You got to be careful. Hey, you know what? The message of the day: you got to be careful.
You got to be careful.
You got to be more careful.
got to be more careful.
You got to be more careful. What is wrong? You pay attention, man. Pay attention.
Because if y'all did, we wouldn't be in this predicament right now.
Not only is white supremacy at our door, we got to deal with Dr. Umar and folks and grifters at the same time. It's like,
and we got to deal with the Candace Owenses of the world still perpetuating dumb ideas. She went, and speaking of Jubilee, she got owned on that one. That was like, bro, why did you come out here?
Shout out to Priscilla the Queenmaker, because she was on point. She was waiting.
She was waiting for that.
I followed her after that. After that one, I followed Priscilla the Queenmaker. She was really good.
We'll make sure to shout her out in the short.
My gosh. We got to be more careful. Let's go ahead and wrap things up. We got to be more careful. What's up?
You know that text message I sent you?
Okay, what's up?
You know what I said about Candace Owens?
Wait.
It still holds true. It still holds true.
You want me?
It still holds true.
I'll edit that part out, bro.
Nah. I want her to see it. The things that I would do to that woman.
Nick.
That's enough.
But come on, bro. Come on.
I can't meet you in the middle.
Yes, you can. I'm trying to meet her in the middle.
Let's go ahead and wrap things up. This is episode 8 of Porch Light Theory. I don't know what the hell is going to happen right now after this. Thanks for tuning in. Small victories. One small victory real quick. I don't know if we mentioned it in the last episode. But we got 50 streams and downloads on Spotify. So shout out to whoever's been listening to us on Spotify. Apparently a lot of women have been listening to us on Spotify. So whoever is in Denmark, Mexico, and Russia listening to us, why? But thank you. I appreciate it. It's very interesting that you just want to tap into a small podcast.
But I'm trying to think about Russia and Denmark.
It's on the stats. It's on the. I'll screenshot it and send it to you. It's in the stats.
We'll take it.
Hey, appreciate it. Why? But thank you. You know,
appreciate that Coogee player.
Yeah. Hopefully you're a black person from Denmark. I appreciate it. If not, then you have a perspective of what's happening here in America and what small podcast creators are thinking. So,
we're not small. We just beginning.
Absolutely, wholeheartedly. This wraps up episode 8 of the Porch Light Theory. Episode 9 is on the way. We'll catch y'all later. Peace.